GM Dabblers, it is Kale Moody coming to you live from the Mushroom again here today. Excited to kick off today's first ever advanced session for Agent Camp. We appreciate all the enthusiasm. You guys have been asking tons of questions. The content has been flying at you a million miles an hour. We've been watching good follow-up happening in the DABL.chat Telegram. I have put some teams together. So if anyone that suggested in that track selector that you were open to working with a group, you probably have recently received an email that lets you know that you're now a member of a little work group. Those teams are merely suggestions. They're not regimented or strict by any means, so feel free to come and go as you please with those arrangements. You can even change the team name if you want. All of this is just essentially a starting point for everybody to work together and start to figure out what y'all can build. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring up today's guests. We've got Colin and we've got Mateus with us today. How's everybody doing today?
Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining in. We've had hundreds of people coming to our show each day, and we've put three calls in the first week. So I'm excited. We're going to step it up, and we're going to add office hours so that you can have more one-on-one support. We've been trying to be responsive in the chat group. You can always find us and reach us on dabble.chat. That's our Telegram chat group. So if you want to chat with us, you can chat with us there. During this call, which should last about an hour, you can always ask us questions in the comments and we'll try to reply. I'm Colin Lowenberg. I am the core contributor to the DABL Club. The DABL Club is an organization of dreamers, developers, builders, and Polygon guild mages. So we've actually taken over 100 different city leaders and we've created this organization to help enable people all around the world to build on Polygon. And also we've changed our mission to focus more on AI. And as part of doing that, we've built out different AI tools for people to build their own AI agents. And so one of the things that we're going to talk about today is we're going to actually get you to build your own AI agent by the end of this call. And so we brought Mateus on. He's an excellent teacher. He speaks a little slower than me, which is really good when you're trying to learn. Because I will go really quick through what we're going to present today, and that way you guys understand what we're getting into before we get into it. So I'm going to share my screen now and just show you some of the things that we're going to talk about today. So first of all, this is the DABL Club website. Come here. You can join our community. We have a Telegram. We have a Twitter. Great places to follow us. Also on our site, you can find our learning portal. So we have courses like the Agent Camp, and all the Agent Camp materials that you're watching today is going to be recorded and put online to our learning portal. So you can see our previous course on here, which was an Ethereum Quick Start. So you can click on Ethereum Quick Start, and this was our previous bootcamp. So Mateus has also organized AI to Web3 bootcamps with us, and we had hundreds of people attend those as well. I want to give a shout out to our biggest sponsor, Polygon, because they have given us a grant, and so enabling us to teach people about how to code and how to use Web3 as well. So AI and Web3 are now kind of very interlinked, and so Polygon's recognized that fact. And so this season, or this month, they just launched on Tuesday of this week. They launched 5 different grant programs. So we have an ELIZA grants program. ELIZA Labs created an agent framework, so you can go and apply right now. There's a CrossMint Agents on Chain. There's Gitcoin, AI Meme Coin Battle Royale. A lot of what we see in the meme coin space is also blending into the AI agent space, as well as DPIN with IoTex and direct community grants. So I encourage everyone to go to polygon.technology/grants and just go sign up. Apply for some of these grants right now. The sooner you apply, the sooner they review, and the sooner you can get approved. They all are on different platforms, so you'll have to fill out a different application for each, but we'll help you and guide you. So if you want our help, you can come to our office hours next week. We're going to set up, and you can come and ask us questions and kind of pitch us your grant program or your grant application. Another plug we want everyone here, we want to prepare you to go win hackathon. So at the end of this camp, you'll be in the middle of the Agentic Ethereum hackathon. So come hack alongside us. We're going to be hacking as well. and helping people win this hackathon. It's the ETH Global Hackathon. So just go to ethglobal.com and you can sign up to win. And so we'll also be going from that to ETH Denver. ETH Denver happens at the end of February through March. And so we will be in Denver and we'll be hosting a agent camp in Denver. That's the alpha. We're planning agent camp for Denver. Excited to bring Mateus and Mel and Kale to Denver to help teach people in person. Also, I want people to check out Omi. They have a great product and you can integrate a device with your AI agent. So I'd encourage people to hack on these different products. That's what our goal is. But what we're going to show you today is how to use Replit. So Replit, you can actually download a desktop app. It's a full IDE for developers. It can hold all your code. It can deploy your code right to the cloud. And it also has templates. So I'm going to show you our templates right now. These are, you can find our profile for DABL CLUB on the Replit profile for us. So on our Replit profile, you can see Node.js agent and Python agent. And you can also see this on our, we also have a organization profile. And on this organization profile, it makes it a little bit easier to see on the screen, on the share screen. So we have 2 agent kits for you to play around with today, Python and Node.js. We did this because these are the 2 most popular. Python is the most popular programming language. It's for AI. The reason why is a lot of scientists who build it, who kind of did the research to build AI, often used R and Python to build their first prototypes. So Python is sort of the native language of AI, and Node.js is sort of the native language of Web3 and the native language of the web itself. So a lot of developers would choose Node.js as their starting point, but we're also going to go through the Python agent kit for Agent Camp. And you can also find these as templates on Replit. So if you go into Replit, you can use this as a template. So go ahead right now, you can go and click on Agent Kit for Python or Agent Kit for Node.js. And Mateus is going to go through the other one. I'm going to go through one. But basically, I want everyone to go to this site and fork whichever agent you want to start with. And by the end of the call, you'll have a walkthrough and you'll have it live and working Agent Kit that you can chat with in your browser. And let me just show you what that looks like. So if you're in your Replit, I go to my REPL, I go to my Python Agent Kit, and I just click, once you load it up, I've followed the README that's built into it and entered all of my secrets, which includes an OpenAI API key. So you'll need your OpenAI API key in order for this to work. So we can walk through how to set up, get your OpenAI API key. You'll also need a Coinbase Developer API key. So you'll have to sign up for an account with OpenAI and Coinbase Developer Kit. And then network ID is simple. We're going to use the Polygon mainnet to deploy our agent and actually interact with the blockchain. So I just click run, and it runs the agent and gives me an option. So I have available modes: chat and auto. And if I say chat, I can actually chat with it. So what's my Polygon balance? And I didn't test this before the call. So look, it checked my balance and it looks like I have 0.9 Polygon tokens in my wallet. That's great.
That's live, my friend. That's good.
I'll get some more Polygon tokens in my wallet. I only put that amount in for the agent. But if you run it in autonomous mode, it'll keep running and it'll keep spending your tokens. So we tried this with other blockchains, and you run out of money really fast because of the high gas fees on other blockchains. You actually, agents will spend your money, right? They will start doing more work and they'll, oh, look, I got some errors. Let's, we'll dive into those errors and a little later, but I'm going to let Mateus walk us through the setup process and the whole architecture of this. But this is where you'll be, and hopefully when you have an error like this, we can debug it live, and we'll fix all these things. So pick your agent kit, go for Node.js or go for Python, hit fork, and we'll get you your Open API key and your Coinbase Developer Kit key. And that's what we're going to do today. So Mateus, I hope that was a good intro. I kind of spoiled the ending, but I want people to see where they're going to go. So
no, it was a great intro. They got, I guess that it got everyone excited for what we're going to learn today, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Colin. It is great. So how's everyone doing today? We did all of the GMs, I guess we did. If not, GM again.
After. Get everyone to GM us, but tell us, are you going to go Python or Node.js? So vote for your favorite programming language. Tell us Python or Node.js or JavaScript. Are you a JS guy or are you a Python guy? Post in the comments. I want to know what you guys are going to build, and then we can all see how many forks we get too.
Nice. No, that's good. Well, as we have the GMs and the programming languages coming up, let's start with some introduction about the concept itself. I'm sharing my screen here. Let me see when we can get that shared. Oh, I saw PHP there. What? PHP for agents? Yes, PHP is great. Like we saw a lot of websites being built on that in the past, right? But now for AI, most of the things that we see out there are indeed in Python, and we have a lot of TypeScript and JavaScript communities around too. So we'd find a bit of each. And at the half and after of today's lesson, we're going to get to this Coinbase Developer Platform Agent Kit Quick Start. That is just like demonstrated in 5 minutes. You can get the whole thing running, which is great. Imagine it like a car. You turn the keys and start driving. That's great. But at some point, we need to spend some time understanding what's going on under the hood. We don't need to study the whole point of internal combustion engines. We don't need to study like chemical reactions of fuel or whatever, but we do need to take some classes before we drive a car, right? Have you ever got a driver license? There's this cliche phrase, with great powers come great responsibilities, right? So I find it important for us to do some architectural review before we get started with coding with those agents, because understanding what is under the hood, it's going to explain much more clearly some of the problems that happen when you trust AI for doing these executions. So before we dive into Replit itself and the agent kit, I want to do this quick introduction to agents, just so that we sort out some confusions, some misconceptions, okay? First of all, about the intelligence itself that we're using here. Let me increase the zoom a bit. Have you ever seen, let me ask a question here for you to answer in the comments. Have you ever seen that problem that the AI has for counting the numbers of R in the word strawberry? It's a very classic hallucination. Let me pick like Percel, AI, playground. Let me put some AIs side by side. Let me ask this classic question here for GPT-4o and Meta 3.1, okay? Let me ask this question. How many R's there are in the word strawberry? I'm going to ask this question. And they are going to answer that there are 2 R's, the word strawberry. GPT-4 didn't answer. And we can count that there are 3. 1, 2, 3. If you know why this is happening, answer here in the chat. See if you can follow. If you can see that. Let me try another model here. For some reason, this didn't answer. But let me pick Cloud 3.5 Sonnet. This is a very good model, right? Let me try this again. Let me delete this chat. Let me add Llama again. Llama 3.2, 3.3. Okay, that's a very powerful AI. How many R's there are in the word strawberry? Yeah, I guess this playground is having problems. I can just ask ChatGPT whatever. Do you know why this problem happens? I had it a while ago. What's happening here? I did not sign it.
Oh, Kale's got the answer.
I just recently discovered this little benchmark test and did it with Gemini last week and watched it fail, and I was blown away. So this has to do with how it tokenizes the words, correct?
Because GPTs, they are just the next token predictor.
They don't think like our brains do. We think in ideas, and they're looking character by character or word by word, smallest unit that they can break it into.
Yes. And I wanted to measure how many of you know that, because if I go over the basics for like writing the wet, right, for expert seniors, that's going to sound boring. But if you are a newcomer, before explaining these agents, I need to sort out something very important. AIs, artificial intelligence, AIs, they don't think. It's fake news. It's not intelligent. AIs are like this. I have this picture. Let me send it here in the chat. This is a great visualization of what is an AI. It is a machine learning algorithm, deep neural learning, blah, 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 that can come from a specific set of words that are going to be translated to numbers, to vectors, tensors, whatever, and is going to predict the probability of the next token, the next word, the next whatever. This is what the GPT is doing. This is what the LLM is doing. So there is no intelligence de facto there. There's a lot of theoretical confusion. We could do a whole lesson just about that. It's philosophical, if it is intelligent or not. It doesn't matter, okay? We take a boat, we don't care if it is swimming or not. We take an airplane, we don't matter if it is flying or not. This is a philosophical definition. We don't care. It's just that it is just predicting the next token here. And when we put anything like this, for example, the word strawberry, there are in strawberry a total of R's of, and then it's going to generate the next token prediction of 3 of whatever. It's going to do some calculation and it's going to answer that the most probable token is R's, or 1, or 5, or 2, or 3, depending on the configuration that I put here. This is not thinking, see? And I like to do this call out because there's a lot of people making these agents to do financial mathematics, like paying people, doing calculations, doing schedules, doing sort of processes and all, and they fail. They fail to do math because they are not made to do math because they don't think. And then I might be creating more confusion, and then you have some explanations like this. What is an AI agent? So an agent level 0, it is just the LLM output and doesn't have any impact on the program flow itself. Okay, but then agent level 1 is an LLM output that determines an if and else switch. And then it starts to get confusing. Okay, but we just have something that is predicting the next token, but somehow it is determining an if and else, or it's determining a function execution. What is happening here? How is that possible? So this is my main objective today. It's dangerous to go ahead, take this, okay? Before you develop a hackathon project, but before you deploy an AI agent in the blockchain to do smart contract calls, and I want to sort this confusion and enable you to build successful AI agents that can actually use LLMs in a performatic way. 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or don't know when, we might have intelligent things on computers, and then okay, then you can use them relentlessly. But for now, you need to take care, okay? For now, we need to take a lot of care on how we're using LLMs, because we're going to use LLMs to make decisions for us. How? What is the process here inside all of this mathematical architecture that makes the AI to think and do decisions for us, you know? The answer is that isn't. The only thing that AI is doing is predicting the next token. So how it's possible that we see all of those agents, and thank Colin for demonstrating that earlier, because you saw an agent that was able to do actions on chain. For example, I'm going to ask it to transfer money or to do any action, whatever, because it's stuck here, but it's going to come up in a while. Okay, starting. So let me do a chat, and I'm going to ask it to send 0.001 poll to Vitalik.eth, whatever. How is it possible that an AI agent is going to do this action if everything that they are doing is just predicting the next token? We should have somewhere here for this to work. So we should have some data training for them to do actions and all, right? No, actually, the process that is happening is this workflow of a function calling. Okay, it all started when people discovered that you could run code inside sandboxed environments after an LLM answer, say 2 years ago or more. And that was cool. You could inspect the output and all, and then people started to have ideas. Oh, what if we do a file search? What if we do a function call? And all. So let me explain this flow for you so you know what is happening under the hood, okay? Whenever a model is doing this kind of agentic action here, let me ask, what is my balance, or something that's going to work? What is my balance? Whenever we ask for this question for the agent to execute, this is going to use the LLM to determine the function call execution. This would be like an agent level 3, as we have categorized here in that document from Hugging Face. And this is going to start from my computer, my code that is running in my environment, not there in the AI model, not there in the middle of the machine learning part and all. It is going to start by subscribing the functions to the model and defining how these functions, they can be called, those tools that we have here, plus the messages. And when the model computes the output, it is going to determine if they can answer by themselves, or whether or not they should call a function, or if they should pass some parameters for that function based on next token prediction, based on fine-tuned versions of those LLMs that are able to output like JSON formats, that are able to output some structured data to call these functions. So the model is not going to call anything. The model is not going to call the blockchain. The model is not going to do any API call or whatever. The model is going to simply spit text like this. It is simply going to spit text token by token back to you. It's just that this text that the model is spitting is an instruction for calling a function. For example, get weather in Paris here. For example, what is the temperature in Paris? So the model, before answering, is going to do this tool call. I need to have that tool pre-configured there. I need to have that tool pre-set up there. The model is going to call that tool in my computer, in my JavaScript, in my Python code, whatever. It is going to do this computation there. It might fail, it might be faked. This is where Web3 can help a lot, in fact. This execution is going to output something like the temperature is 14, good. Then this is going to be returned for the model. This is step 2, 3, and 4 could happen a few times, again and again, until the model determines that they have enough information. And then the model is going to give the final response back to the user. It is currently 14 degrees in Paris, whatever message that you ask it. Okay. So this would be a combination of the next token prediction methods, algorithms that we have inside GPTs of all of those LLMs, with a combination of normal programming that would be calling APIs, signing transactions, and all of that. This is how we combine those two for making agent calls, making agent actions. And no, they are not intelligent. No, they cannot do math very well. They cannot count the amount of R's in strawberry. They cannot pay 5 people different amounts depending on the spreadsheet that you pass, because the next token prediction for things that we put in a string format is not structured like a thought. For example, if you divide 5 or 2, you have, then okay, we can enter up to 12 words. Wait, it's my bad. Just need to copy this and delete everything manually. So this is why you cannot have agents to pay out people that easily, or to follow a spreadsheet of payment now, because if you divide 5 for 2, you have 8, you have 4, you have 5, you have 3, you have 2, you have 2. All of those probabilities, even if I pick the most probable answer, you have 2.5. Okay, no, okay, give it a break, but then generating the next one, you see. So this is the rationale behind why those agents are limited, why sometimes they are dumb, because even though we give them all of those tools, now introducing a bit about the Coinbase developer platform with the Agent Kit here, we have a lot of tools available. Let me pick the some examples here. I guess I should have it here, all of those tools. Okay, I might need to find it later. All of those tools that we have a folder that's going to list all of those, like view wallet balance, deploy NFT, deploy smart contract, interact smart contract. We're going to see all of that. All of those tools, they follow this same workflow, and they are prone to error because of that. You, the developer, need to do those guardrails for this execution to be precise. Okay. Yeah. Before we proceed, Colin, want to ask something?
Yeah, I was going to say, I we like to answer questions from folks. So I think the most recent question was around the concept of tokens, and I think it's interesting just to point out that we use tokens in AI that are not the same thing as tokens in Web3. And tokens are just how we measure the units of measure of how much how much data essentially is passed, and it's a way to measure also. You pay per token for, so when you put money into, you have to pay for OpenAI essentially, and it's by the number of tokens. Also, I got a good question, which I feel like is a good topic for today. We're not going to be doing multiple agents, but we do have an agent swarm framework that we're working on. We don't have that one for today, but agents can talk to each other. And so a lot of what you see as agents are here, but now we see agent frameworks for multiple agents to be launched. So you can have an agent that has a task of being a marketing expert, and an agent that has a task of managing a wallet and making investments. So you can have multiple agents that chat with each other. And I think that's an important thing. So an autonomous agent talking with itself essentially goes in circles, but if you start to interact 2 agents with each other, it creates this continuous thread where they're chatting with each other. And so yes, agents can interact with each other, and we will have in a later episode we'll show how to do that. I think we might have a demo of an OpenAI swarm using Agent Kit as well that we've built. I don't have it ready for today. I'll see if I can get it working. But I think that might be an interesting area to show that agents can do more than just what they have access to. So if you want an agent that you want to have access to some other data set, another agent might have that data set they could chat with.
Yeah. Sorry, people, my bad. I wasn't.
Oh, I know it's okay. I go through the questions and jump in, so you don't. I don't
interrupt me at any time. Yeah.
And then we also got a question at a fundamental level, are LLMs actually reasoning? What I think OpenAI has essentially the best reasoning model today, which is a pretty advanced. But what would you say? Are they simulating reasoning, or are they actually reasoning?
This is a long talk. Let me pick from the first, second, and third questions. So I was looking for an image that I had that was better than this, but this would be the tokenization. Yes, it's the same name as a blockchain token, but they're totally different things. So if you pick any word like data, it can be tokenized as 3145, for example. So every time that we're speaking about data in that context, it relates to that token in a process called embedding. Okay, this is just converting from string to text, because then if you pick like Spanish, French, German, whatever word for the same thing, would have the same embedding, or it would be close to it, so that you can do maths with words. Okay, that is a canonical example. That, for example, if you pick the embeddings of men, embeddings of women, embeddings of king, embeddings of queen, you can do math of those. For example, king minus men plus women, you would have something very close to queen. So somehow the AI can understand a little of the meanings of the relationship of those words according to these embeddings. And we have embedding only models that are quite efficient. We have like BERT, we have GPCs like the ones from OpenAI that are encoding the encoders and decoders. So there's a whole explanation just about this. For now, I guess it's enough to say that this is different from tokenization in the blockchain. That's a good division. Okay, that's good. Calling agents from agents is great. I'm going to speak about that in a while, about the moot agent. Maybe we hang it there. And about how we define if an AI is reasoning or not. This is a total philosophical question right now. For now, we don't have AGI, we don't have strong AI. It's not a reasoning de facto now. But discussing if an AI is reasoning or not is like discussing if a boat is swimming or not. And then we would discuss if what would qualify someone to be swimming or not. Should we have arms, or the fish swims or not? This is much more like philosophical, how we call the thing, than actually the practical thing. For us in this bootcamp, we don't care about that. We don't care about names. We know that we have an output. It's not to be trustable, and it's definitely not reasoning, but we don't worry about that because it's very philosophical. There's a whole discussion about this. Okay. Did I miss anything else, Colin?
So I think we've got a second question about agents talking to each other, with API calls, or what typically there's some sort of framework that they can use to chat. So OpenAI has Swarm, which initiates multiple agents that can chat with each other. I don't know if it works with API calls or if it's within some other framework, but yeah, essentially API calls is how they would chat with each other, right? I mean, it's we're creating we can create a chat group, and they can chat within that chat group, right? So they can read that chat. So they're doing API calls to that chat group. If you have another way to communicate, have them communicate, you can do that. But I think a chat group is typically the most accessible way for us to see what they're saying to each other.
Yeah, we're going to have a picture for that, an explanation, because the tricky part here is managing context. So whenever we're calling one agent from another agent, for example, in an API call over the web, it would need to pass all of this context from one agent to the other. So this architecture is very important, because regardless of the framework that you use, the process underlying is the same. And then you could even build your own agent swarm without frameworks. Most of those frameworks, they were released like 6 months ago, 1 year ago. So they are quite new, and you still can do things without a framework, because they are empowering for some things, but they are also limiting for other things. So the underlying technology that is going to allow multi-agent call and agent calls can be implemented in less than 2 hours without a framework. I'm going to prove that today, but of course you're free to use a framework to study these frameworks, and some of them like LangChain and all, they are there for a while. You can use a lot of advanced things, although they are more neo, more Web3 folks, and all they are still quite limited on their availabilities, but also some of those are open source. You can go there and build what is missing too. This is a super interesting topic. Okay, let me see if we have other questions here. Did we miss anything else, Colin?
I think we should get started with the hands-on. Let's keep going. We want to get to the Replit part. We promised people.
Okay.
And
That's good.
Someone's asking, can we get to the hands-on thing? So we're ready. We're ready.
No, yeah, that's the point. So explaining why the AI do these hallucinations, there are all of these different levels of LLM that you can use, determine the output and all. The whole flow is like this. You can implement that without a framework, like I was just telling. You would pass the prompt for the LLM to run. That would have the context, the necessary context that would have the system prompt. Plus, the agent would be able to produce the next prompt by itself. So, for example, when we're going to see here the chatbot, if I run it in the auto mode, the agent can produce itself the instruction for the next thing. It can do decisions. Whenever you code, this is the greatest breakthrough. Let me do a call out here. Whenever you code a program, you need to specify little by little what it's going to do in every step, how it's going to transition the data. The first time that you can give a high-level concept for a program and it figures out is with this. With LLMs that is still not thinking, but they can produce the next task to be executed. So, for example, we start with a simple prompt. Solve this task with some loop and that. The agent is going to save that in the context, like a long-term memory that is going to be carried over. It is going to produce the next step. The next step could be even a thought or a next calculation or a next iteration, or could be a schedule of iterations, could be a path, a program path and all. That would execute this step by step. Step 1, iteration 2, 3, and 4 in a chain of thought, in a tree of thought, in a graph of thought. There are many different ways that you can program this process until somehow at the end it would find the final answer. It's different than just one inference like we did here. We could ask an AI agent to calculate how many letters are in R. It's probably going to suggest separating all the letters, all the letters in sequence and then counting them, indexing them and all. That would be way ahead than what you coded, explicitly coded. So English can be your coding language now, okay? This small agent, let me send that here in the chat. Yeah, thanks. So this is the concept. This is what is going to happen now. Now that you have the enough baggage and enough explanation about this, let's start on the agent kit. That is going to bring you a lot of pre-made functions, a lot of pre-made capabilities, integrated on top of LangChain. That is, it has changed the name, but it has nothing to do with blockchain or Web3 intrinsically. It's a framework that you can do RAG, you can do chatbots, you can do agents, you can do assistants, you can do a lot of things with LangChain by itself. So it is built on top of LangChain, giving the capabilities of on-chain interactions to the agents that you build with it. And plus, it is integrated with the CDP, so you can connect already to Polygon, straight out Polygon mainnet. It is compatible there. So it is great for us to start in 5 minutes. Now that we understood everything, not before, after we understood everything, we can now go there and safely create a Replit project, or you can create that in your local machine too if you want. That would leverage all of these capabilities. Okay. For that, you need to have a Replit account. You need to have those API keys and setting up the template that Colin mentioned for you. I'm going to do all of those in sequence. I'm going to point you in these directions. Now is where the lesson gets interactive. So I'm going to give like 1 minute between each. So you do that on your side, go back, we can ask questions, we can troubleshoot. And the template that Colin sent was this, CDP Agent Kit Chatbot with Python. Okay, the only tweaking that happened here was in the prompt, that we tweaked this prompt because are you aware that all of those AIs that we're invoking from OpenAI, from Cloud, wherever, they were trained in the past and they have a cutoff date, right? So they don't know about recent events. They don't know about like Trump's election or the fires in LA or something like that, because they were trained on past events. So for example, when they were training, all the documentations about Polygon is still used at Magic. So we had to include in the context that the native token Magic was renamed to Paul a while ago, and then I would believe that we could gaslight it that it was renamed to whatever KKHC whatever. That would be gaslighting the AI to believe wrong things. But
like gaslighting the AI. So we have to trick the AI, or we're not really tricking the AI. We're setting its personality here.
Yeah.
But this was one of the things that we didn't that wasn't built into the agent kit that we built in our version of the agent kit. So we forked it and created this agent kit for you guys, and we updated its prompt. So this is like the real programming and the brains of the agent is this prompt essentially, right?
Yeah, exactly. So right now what you're going to do is go for this link. Let me copy that and send here in the chat again in case that you missed it. You go for this link. If you don't have a Replit account, you're going to need to create one now. You can use the free one. You have like 3 repos to put, and you're going to click on use this template for creating your own rep. Okay. Yes, right now they are billing me because I have hit my limit already, and I'm definitely not going to pay this right now, but I have it created, so no worries. Crisis averted. I have it already here on my side. This Polygon agent is the same thing. It has the same tweak in here, the poll, which you name it. It's the same code that you're going to have, but you need to sort out these secrets. Okay, so when you fork it, the first thing that you need to do is open the secrets tab here in all tools. You're going to scroll down here. You're going to find secrets. Okay, it's going to be highlighted for you, and it's going to open this screen here for you. Okay, when you don't have it populated, it's going to have all of these blank fields. So let me guide you through this right now. Okay, if you already have all of these, you can just paste and you're good to go. But right now, if you don't, let me guide you through these. The prerequisites are, we have that in the README too. Okay, people, if you go for the README of that same repo, you're going to find all of those steps here too, if you are confused. So the first would be the OpenAI portal that you can find in platform.openai.com. Open it here. Let me send that for you in the chat. And if you don't have an account in the platform, you need to create one right now. It is different from ChatGPT. ChatGPT is one application, platform is another. If you have a plan active in one, it's not going to be enough here. You need to create a new one with your email account, with whatever account you want to use, and you need to put a credit card here. Unfortunately, they are not like giving free credits out of the box for anyone that subscribe. So you would have some API keys here. For example, let me create a new one for DABL CLUB Agent Camp inside this project. Let me create this. So this is going to be one key inside my account that I can copy, and I can use that inside my Replit here. I have it. I have one already, but that was the one that I created for this camp, for example. At the end, for example, here I have just revealed my key. At the end, if I want to revoke, I can just revoke that key, and no one else is going to use my agent. Is going to stop answering, because all of these would consume your credits. It would consume your credit card balance. It would be billed for adding credits here. Okay, so right now, all of you should do that. Should come here to platform.openai.com. You would pick your API keys and you would place here inside your secret for OpenAI API key. Okay, and you need to top up with credit, like $1, $5. Small credits would go. Okay, you don't need that much for AI inference here. It is possible to use all the providers. It's possible to configure that in line 25. You would need you to customize the code here a little. You could point that for Grok, for Llama, for Meta, for Cloud, for whatever you want. You can just replace it here. Right now we're using the default one. That would be the OpenAI with GPT-4o Mini. That is going to use the OpenAI credentials. Okay. Let me guide you through finding the secrets. You would go for all tools here, those 4 square boxes, and then you can go here for secrets. Okay, and I guess if you type here in this box, I guess secrets, you can jump to this tool. To that works. Okay, you need to open that tab, and then you paste it there. All providers are using OpenAI SDK. No, yeah, it's using OpenAI library. This is just a library that is going to abstract the connection to the OpenAI APIs. But there are a lot of OpenAI compliant APIs out there. So like Venice, like the one that I tested here, Display Ground, all of like Cloud. There are a lot of OpenAI compliant APIs out there that you can just drop in as replacement. That is Grok with a K, from X, that is Grok with a Q, that they have very good interface. They have even free plans too that we can use. There are plenty of those. Just need to research. Maybe we do a lesson just about that, about privacy, about cost, so, and you would customize it in line 25. For today, we stick with OpenAI. We put the API key there and we go. Okay. Could you find the secret? Should be here. You should first click on use template. Okay, then you do all of this flow, and then you would have it work on your side. And you would have something similar to this with the README open, and then you go for secrets here in the left pane. Okay.
You can also click the little plus icon next to chatbot.py, the little tab. You can click there and should search right there. That's another.
Yeah. Good. You can open a new tab and such. That's a good way to do it.
And also, I would say if you go to your profile, you can also go and add your secrets to your account. So that way, if it's something like your OpenAI API key or Coinbase developer API key, you'll probably want to use it between multiple Replit projects. And so prevent yourself from having to enter it multiple times. You can go add it to your profile.
Good.
Thanks for catching that question. That was a great one. Keep asking questions. One was saying, yeah, obviously, I think you already answered this, but you can use, most providers use the OpenAI API format. So all we have to do to change from an OpenAI is change a URL in the configuration in the code. So there's, yeah. So you can swap out your OpenAI API key with XAI API key. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to use the same name for your variable. I wouldn't use the XAI API key as your variable name. You also need to change the network ID as well. Don't forget to set your network ID for this project.
The library we've been using is that OpenAI Python. That is basically a wrapper around the API for the REST endpoints, and it's very easy to tweak. I guess we should have it here, like the base URL. You can change this base URL for anything you want, and you can put any API key that you want, and then you can tweak it for pointing for other things. Like, it's not piracy or anything. It's just like compliance to the same interface. So it is possible. It's like legal. It's all good here. Okay.
And one thing too, can we clarify on the chain ID? I was watching y'all yesterday play with this, and I saw that the chain ID was like language, right? It was verbal.
Yeah.
It wasn't the one. It was not 137. We're not talking about the blockchain ID 137. We're talking about a different term, right?
Yeah, getting there. So now that we sorted the first one, now that we sorted the OpenAI API key, we also need the credentials, the API credentials from the CDP portal. Okay, that is going to abstract the connection for the wallet. Like the agent is going to have a wallet, but you manage it. So ideally, in the future, if we want to really have decentralized agents, they would be able to sign things on their own. Coinbase is a little tricky to log in. Every time that I enter my computer, they ask thousands of security questions, even for the developer side. But I guess this is good because they're also protecting my $5 that I have there that are yielding. Okay, passkey. You see, there is a lot of bureaucracy to get in. Let me see if I can receive an SMS. I don't have my phone here right now, but trust me, once you log in, maybe you have that on your side, colleague. Help me here. Coinbase is protecting me from myself.
Into your Coinbase, yeah.
CGP portal. Yeah, I do have an account, just that I need my phone that's not here.
Yeah, sure.
Shouldn't be a big deal. And there you're going to have your API credentials for the CGP, and then you're going to put those two here. In your secrets, you put the API key name and the API key secret. The key that should begin like the begin secret. It should have a big name, okay?
Oh, you want to see? I got to log into my Coinbase now.
Yeah, Coinbase is protecting.
Drop the website again.
Yeah, and here in the chat. I could pick my phone. I guess it's in my car.
Yeah, portal.cdp.
Copy addresses.
Yeah, I just did that yesterday.
And just a reminder for everybody too, as always, these are fully recorded sessions, so we'll have the opportunity to watch this back if you get a little bit confused here, or you're taking time to get logged in to find these things for your particular implementation.
Yeah.
Share my screen. All right. So when you log into Coinbase developer platform, it's portal.cdp.coinbase.com, and once you're in here, you can go in and you can say go to API keys.
Yeah.
You want to create API key, so you want to name it, Replit, or maybe you want to create an API key just for Agent Camp and create and download that API key. And boom, I've done it. So I'm sharing this API key live. I'm going to delete it, but it's like
delete.
Paste this as your key name, and then you want to copy your secret name. So I go to my Replit, and in Replit I want to go to I'll go to my project, REPL Agent Kit. So now in my secrets, you can see I have my secret section. So I'll go and copy paste that API key right here, edit that, paste my name right in there, and then I'll go copy paste. I got to go in and copy paste that key. I'm going to delete this one just because I just shared it with everybody on here. Oh, I can't even delete the API key ID.
You need to paste the correct name.
Yeah,
you need to paste the correct name.
It's the correct name. Update the secret there. And yeah, I think that was the name. I didn't save the name, did I? Configure.
We can copy. Yeah.
That's not the key. That's the key ID, not the key name.
It's in the, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, so I've shared that one, and then basically you put that into your API key here, and then you can click run. Actually, I think I accidentally overwrote my API key here.
No, don't worry.
But yeah, I'll let you share. So that's how you get your API key, and then copy paste it into your secrets. And obviously don't show your private keys live on a show. It's hard to demo copy pasting your private key. Everyone paste your private key right into the chat so we can all copy paste it.
There will be sacrifices.
Yeah, but you have to do this little process of copy pasting. Like I said, I would recommend putting it into your account settings. So if you go into your account and you have account secrets, you go to settings. Where is it? Where's my settings? Where's my?
You need to go for a personal account here in the DABL.
Oh, I got to switch to my personal account. Yep. Okay. So if you go to your account settings, you can go and you can set your secrets in your. Where is it? Where do you change it? Secrets. My secrets. But once you put your account secrets in your profile, then when you go to the secrets folder, you'll actually be able to click account secrets. So you can see what's in my account. It's all nice and hidden. So I've got Anthropic, GitHub, OpenAI, XAI, Network ID, and GitHub. So like you store that in your account. That way you don't have to keep copy pasting it. But the good part is you can share your REPLs with each other and not share your secrets with each other. So,
Yeah.
I'll stop sharing. You keep going. You want me to?
Yeah. Thanks for saving me. And that would complete the second step, that is adding the CDP API key and name and private key. Okay. Let me start sharing my screen again. Oh, but it's called it. Yeah. Pull it up.
Just real quick, also, Mateus, do you have any suggestion for Shruti here? She's getting an error on the API key name. Use only letters, numbers, and underscores. Must start with the letter underscore. Is there anything?
So sometimes we paste inverted. Sometimes we paste the private key in the name and the name in the private key. Check if you paste that correctly. The OpenAI API key should be the second position. The third position would be the CDP API key name, and the fourth position would be the private key. Just pay attention where you're pasting things, and it should look good.
And you want to copy paste it exactly. You don't want to like go in and edit that and like pull out the private key portion. You copy paste the whole string.
Yeah, that makes things easier. And then for network ID, pay a lot of attention, because that is extremely complex, right? You're going to put the name of Polygon mainnet. Exactly like that. It's not the ID, actually it's the network name, but it's identified by the name, whatever. So this is exactly what you should put, the Polygon mainnet. And for that, you're going to need at least $1 or 10 cents of dollars in Pol tokens. Okay? That should be enough for keeping your agent running for a good amount of minutes. Okay. Good. Okay. And that's it, people. If you did all of those steps, this is it. You have an agent able to deploy. You can click on this run button here. All of the code is set up already. We're going to have one wallet data configured in that REPL for the agent. It's going to be the money of the agent, the amount of assets that this agent has. And we're going to have all of the tools already configured. Yes, whenever we are using this CDP toolkit with these LangChain tools that we have here, we already have all of the capabilities that are added by the agent kit for your agent. Whenever you are starting your agent, this kind of React agent, it's one of the kind of agents that LangChain has. It is going to have this state modifier that we tweak it for working with Polygon, with all of these tools that are injected by CDP. So it's not that much of work for creating those tools, but whenever they add a tool like deploy meme coin or add liquidity, you can just import and start using on your agent. Isn't it cool? Like drag and drop on-chain capabilities. So this is the good part of using these frameworks. Let me show it running for you. So I'm starting my AI agent. I have two possible ways, chat and auto. I'm going to start with the chat version of it. I'm going to ask, what is my wallet address? And somehow this next token prediction that we saw, that are those LLMs, is going to be able to determine what function to call. And it could answer that my wallet address is this. And then I ask, what is my balance, my network token balance? Okay, let's leave it like this. What is my balance? Then the AI is going to fetch this information. It's going to take a little while, go there and here, but then set that my balance is approximately 0.87 Pol. That would be enough for running a lot of cool actions on chain according to the abilities injected by the CDP agent. Okay. API code, wallet not found. Sometimes if you start the agent before configuring the secrets, it is going to do this error. Basically, what you can do is delete your wallet data file, and then you put all your secrets and run. It should work. Okay.
You want to demo that? I can demo that.
Yeah. Now Colin's going to show his demo with the JS toolkit. That is exactly the same stuff.
Yeah. Oh, are we going to switch over to JS? I'm on the Python one still, but
you can demonstrate the Python one too.
If you need to, like, if you're getting an error, which I've gotten that same error, it's like what you need to do is go and just delete your wallet ID here. Just take that out, hit save, and then stop and run again. And it will create that wallet data. Every time you hit stop and start, it'll create that wallet again. So now the wallet data should have gotten, close it again. Let's reopen it. Maybe it didn't. Let's see if it choose a mode. Let's go chat mode. Let's see. It hasn't reissued it, but it'll recreate that wallet data in the wallet text file. And now I can chat with the chatbot. What's my Polygon balance? And it should be 0 now, and it's going to give me some errors. I have 0 poll now, so I deleted my wallet. I probably shouldn't have deleted it because I had some poll in that wallet, so I don't know what I deleted from there. Here we go. Now, if I bring it back, stop and start, it should bring my wallet back. So I saved my. If you delete it and you already had money in that wallet, be careful. Don't lose your wallet address and seed, because you want it.
Oh man, the more poll that is lost, the more the valuation goes up, right?
Sure, let's do some more poll. So your chatbot, if it doesn't have any poll, which is if you're already ahead, you're gonna need to send it some money. So hello, what's my balance? So if it doesn't have any Polygon balance in it, you need to send it some balance. So your wallet shows I have 0 poll. Oh no, okay. Well, I'll send it some. I've got my my wallet address right here, and I'm just gonna, or I'll share my whole screen. Share screen, entire screen, and I'm just gonna do a quick MetaMask. So I'm gonna take that wallet address on Polygon mainnet, and I'm gonna send it some poll so that my wallet can actually get going. Of course, I hit the wrong tab. My bad. Of course, I closed my whole browser. Where to go? Okay. So I take my wallet address. I'm going to send myself. I shouldn't put my tab manager right next to it. No resolution.
Well, he's knocking that out there.
You should copy the address, not the wallet ID.
Oh, you're right. I got to copy the address, not the. Thank you.
Just a little one here too. Does the order of the secrets matter? If yes, does it? What specific order does it need to be in?
Yeah, the order of the secrets is no big deal. It's just that you need to paste the correct one ahead of, like, the network name should be the network name. You see, if they mess up and paste in the incorrect order, it's going to mess up everything. But it doesn't matter if the network name is the first secret or the last secret, so long you paste it correctly, you know?
See, I sent myself some Polygon. Now I'm not able to get it working. But okay, so do you want to switch over to do the Node.js one? Let's do the Node.js one.
I think we got some real good content today for follow-up in that Telegram chat.
So if you are starting from scratch, if you're doing Node.js, you can go to our profile and you can find Node.js Agent Kit right here. And you can click Use Template, and you can make it private or public. You click Use Template. It's forking it now, so this is a fresh one. And I don't have those secrets saved in here, so I'll go to my secrets. Go to secrets, and I need to go enter my CDP API key. My it looks like, I see it has X API key in here. That's why someone was bringing that up. And then I can go in and I want to add my OpenAI API key to that. So if you're using the Node.js one, you might need to add the OpenAI API key as well. And so I'm gonna jump over to my finished version with all my secrets already in there, just to confirm. So secrets. So in here, I put my OpenAI API key. This was my XAI. So this one is set up for Grok. So if I wanted to use OpenAI, I can bring my account secret in. I say, okay, I'm going to add OpenAI, and I'm going to show you guys how you can switch between Grok, which is the XAI, and OpenAI. So now if I run this one, let's see if it's working before I edit anything. So it's up to date. Let's see, it's running. And we'll go into our chatbot TS on the, can you guys see my screen? Is it big enough? Okay, so there we go. So it looks like it's saying choose a mode. So I'm going to choose mode 1, and I say starting chat mode. Hello. Oh, this looks like it's using a basic agent right now. So I'm going to go into my chatbot TS and make sure my my prompt is here. So it looks like my prompt in here says that you are a helpful agent that can interact on-chain with Polygon network. So I've got this nice prompt in my chatbot TS. I also have that XAI probably in here as well. So let's find that XAI API key. So I'm putting that required variable in here. So I want to find where I'm using it. And what I did was I commented out the XAI in this and used the OpenAI API key. So you need your OpenAI API key in order to use this one. But if you wanted to use XAI, you would simply uncomment this section, and you can remove the OpenAI section. So if you wanted to switch from OpenAI to XAI, you would need this code right here. But I'm just going to use OpenAI because I like OpenAI better. But XAI, you need to go log in and get your Grok API key, which is a little bit of a process. But I'm going to use OpenAI right here and save. And now I don't need that XAI API key. I've got my OpenAI API key in here. And let's go run console. And let's hit stop and run. So again, I get that chat mode, so I can go to interactive chat, press 1, and I can say, what's my Polygon balance? Let's see if it's working. Error getting code. Oh no. Okay, cool. It got it right. Okay, so the agent is smart enough. It got an error trying to check the asset ETH because that was the default. And it just said, hey, let's use poll as the asset and check my poll asset. And it shows my Polygon balance is 0.815. So my balance has gone down 0.1 in the last hour of this call. And I can say, deploy an NFT, and it will give me, okay, what do I want to name the NFT? I say, name it DABL, name it Mudang, and the symbol should be Mu, and we can, or please provide the base URI. So I need a URI for the token metadata. Just to speed things up, I want to see, let's see what happens when we put it into autonomous mode, because when you give the agent the ability to continuously run, allow it to be a long-running agent. So you switch from being a chatbot to being an agent, and I enable autonomous mode. And so in autonomous mode, it's going to use that wallet and start spending my money to take different actions. So I can tell it to go buy things. I can tell it to create NFTs. So it just went and created an artistic blockchain collection, and it just minted an NFT from that contract. So we can go pull these up from the Polygon scan. So I'll just click on the Polygon view on the Polygon scan. Let's see. There's my NFT created on chain, created 19 seconds ago. So this agent is just going to keep going. Let's see what it does next. So it's saying, deploy an ERC20 token. We can create a new ERC20. Yeah, and it's asking itself a question. Would you like to deploy a new ERC20 token, or do you have another idea in mind? Let's see what it does. So it deployed a token there, and it shows new digital assets are now available on the blockchain. Let's take a look. We've got a new ERC20 token. What is this? Let's see, transaction details. That's just the transaction link. Here's the token contract. Let's go take a look at the token contract address and search for that. Boom, there's our token that we just created, our contract address for it. And yeah, it's pretty fast, and it's just going to keep going and building things. So it's minted NFTs. It's created ERC20s. Now, what would be the next step? Well, we want to actually enable this bot to start chatting with Twitter, Telegram, Discord. We want to enable this bot to have more of a life outside of the blockchain. That's for the next call. So we will be integrating this with the ELIZA blockchain, ELIZA framework for agents, which again, there is a grant program. So right now, this agent kit essentially does the actions on chain, and what you would want to add to this is other integrations. So you want to have some capability to do more than just interact with blockchain. This would be your starter kit for any hackathon where you want to go and build something that interacts on chain. So I'm going to just leave this running in the background. It's saying, to demonstrate another interesting capability, I'll mint an NFT from our collection to a different wallet address. So it's like, give me another wallet address. It's like kind of interacting with itself. We're just going to leave it running in the background, spending my money. And what we're going to do is we're going to go look at what has already been built, because there's actually a lot of great ideas that have already been built. So we're going to do an ideation session with Mateus, and I want you guys to see all the exciting things. So if you go to ETH Global's showcase, and I'll post that link in there as well. So if you want to see what's been built before, go to the showcase and type in agent. It's pretty simple. And pretty much all of these things were built with the Coinbase agent kit. So you can use our template to go and rebuild these things. And you can also go fork them because they're all open source. So a lot of these things, at least one of them that most of them were created in Bangkok because there was a agent kit bounty in Bangkok. So you can go through, I would say one of my, let's see if I can find one that I really like to do. I can't remember which one I actually loved, but I know Degen Agent and On-Chain Agent are good examples. So Degen Agent, they basically made an agent to analyze the meme coin market. On-Chain Agent had a little bit. You can go and create your meme combined with your agent, so that way your meme giving life to your meme. And this has been a big push. I'd say a lot of folks are excited about virtuals and excited about AI agents. So we're going to be launching a platform for you to create your own meme coin AI agent by the end of the agent camp. So these are good projects that if you want to take it to the next level over this weekend and you want to dive in, all of these should work fine with the agent kit that we just built today. Just as a note, if you are trying to make changes to your bot, you want to go into the chatbot.ts and you can go in and you can change the prompt here. So the prompt here is the key part that makes this work well with the Polygon blockchain, is just telling it, hey, you're going to interact with the Polygon network. There wasn't any other changes that we had to make to the agent kit, except for switching between the XAI and OpenAI. So if you are if you want to use XAI or a different model, you can do that. And you can go in and find the how to do that. Again, you just uncomment my comment here and say, I want to use a different AI, and you put in the URL of that API that you want to hit. By default, you don't need to do that because OpenAI's URL is already baked in. So I'm using that in my example. I want to pause there and check for any questions because I'm sure that there's some questions. If you had a problem using our templates, we also have a copy of the template both on our profile page. So if you go to replit.com/DABL CLUB, you can use that link right there. That will give you access to the templates. You can also go to our organization page, which is a different way to view, different publish of our page. So I would recommend actually using that page because this page has the official featured REPLs. So I'd actually encourage you to try this one It's a little bit longer URL, but you can use that as well. So go try these, and if you have any problems, we're happy to answer questions. On next week, I'll host some office hours to provide support for these, and we may even bring someone from Coinbase to come talk about their agent kit. If you'd like to see us integrate this with Twitter and Telegram and Discord, stick around for the future agent camps, where we'll be doing full-on agents that have multiple outputs and inputs that they can interact with beyond just the blockchain. So I see I see a few questions. How can we know that the way they use money is correct? You don't actually know exactly, but you can tell it. So you put into that chat bot.ts, you can tell it what rules you want it to follow, and it will generally stick to those rules. AI is known to hallucinate, but it can be tricked. So someone could, if you open up a Twitter access to your bot, people can potentially trick your bot into sending them money. That is a common thing. So if you allow other people to chat with your bot, it can send money to them. So you may want to implement those rules in your chatbot prompt. In that chatbot TS, you could say, never send money to anyone who communicates with you. That said, that would probably limit its use cases, right? So don't put any money into your agent that you don't want to potentially lose. The attack vector of NLP is anyone can chat with your wallet, essentially. Question here, what wallet is CDP using? I don't recognize the address. You can change the wallet, yes, but it's using a wallet that's automatically imported in through the agent kit. Mateus, do you know more about the wallet? You've worked with the CDP.
Yeah, you can create a new wallet if you want. You can reuse your own wallet. This one is going to be stored inside the Replit machine. Just because of the ease of use, it's not the best way, of course. Like Colin said, if you restart the Replit or if you lose the access to that file, you're going to lose all of the money that the agent collected. So ideally, you would have a way to control that wallet, where the signature lives, or how you would prove that the signature went. There are some great use cases for that, for ZKs, like having the AI to have a secret and only it can assign the transactions. I saw some nice honeypot competitions with that. But so far, it currently, everything comes of having an EOA somewhere. So somewhere you're going to have that wallet lying around to sign that transaction and to initiate like a transfer or a function call, whatever.
Some people want to integrate it with safe wallets. Yeah, you definitely could do that. I believe there's an API for that, and it's an on-chain call, so I'm sure we could get it to interact with safe wallets. That would be a really good project for a hackathon. I'm sure the safe team would like to see that. I can connect you. We can bring Safe on to talk about that. Do we plan to expand to other chains? This is not a single chain app. You can use Agent Kit for anything. We kind of proved that with this. We actually built this last night, so it only took us about an hour, maybe an hour to build it, an hour to discuss how we would present it, and like
5 minutes to fix and 1 hour to play around.
It was about 2 hours to make the Agent Kit work well with Polygon, and all we had to do was change the prompt. So you just have to go change that prompt, and that kind of defines what it can do. There are some things in the Agent Kit that only work with certain chains, but it will tell you. It generally knows what it can do, and if you can basically say, if you don't have the capability, then tell the user to add that capability. So yeah.
I want to pick a quick question also about the multi-agents. I could explain how to do this in just 2 links here, because we have been using the React agent. Maybe I'm sharing my screen here.
Yeah, go ahead, Boris.
So the React agent, just for a single agent flow of agent, would be a thread or something like that. Is the normal running agent or creating agent with LangChain. But you can create a LangChain graph That would be the usual way. Then you can create, for example, one agent as a researcher, one as a chat agent and all. And for doing that, you just need to create one program that would be the agent supervisor. So you have examples here in Python and in JavaScript that you can just drop there in this line. In line 55, instead of creating a React agent, you could pick one of those examples here. For example, in JavaScript, let's pick Python actually. And you could create this agent supervisor that would coordinate all the agents there with all of the capabilities and all of the tools that we have. That could be a cool hackathon project. Could be a cool a project for you to develop inside the camp, for example. Now, anything that you want to do in JavaScript or in Python, you can do on top of that using LangChain, using Safe, using whatever you want.
I really like how you brought us into the understanding the architecture and how these things work. And I know I went fast. This is why I have Mateus to go slow. So, if you guys want, we can do fast sessions and slow sessions. I'll probably do the fast sessions during the and record those, and then that way they can go a little viral. And so I'd love for. I see a question: how do we move from this template to a battle version for multiple users? I guess what the ask question is like, how do you take this agent kit and then make it publicly accessible? So you could do that in a number of ways. You could make a website that chats with it. You could link it to Twitter with a Twitter with your Twitter credentials, and so people can chat with it there. You could add it to a Telegram chat, or a Discord chat. So we'll cover those sort of like other interfaces next week. I think Eliza is a good framework for that. We can also build it from scratch with AgentKit. So that's one path, or you can use some framework that already has it. You have to decide for yourself if you want to be the kind of coder that uses existing code and open source code, or you want to build things yourself. So we are doing both. And I think it's important to understand how AgentKit works. It's a good starting point for anyone and any project to build. And now if you followed this call and you completed the task, then you've built your first AI agent that interacts on chain. Now you just need to give it a personality and a front-facing website or social media presence. Cool. Here's our YouTube link, and let's call it a day. Thank you guys, and thank you, Mateus, for an awesome presentation.
Thank you all. Excited to see what is going to be built now.
One final question. So if you use Replit, your code is inside of Replit. So you can download your code to your machine and then use your local IDE with it as well. We chose Replit because it's easy for the no coders, but we also it's also great for the more advanced coders. So it's a good IDE, but yeah, your code, they want you to be inside of Replit. We'll also, if you're looking for open source tools, I would recommend LM Studio and Olama as sort of like interfaces where you can interact with AI. But Cursor AI is probably the best IDE for local code. So. All right.
Perfect, gentlemen. It's always a million miles an hour. I appreciate y'all's time this morning. It's so much to try to share. And again, y'all are not meant to absorb this within just this session and already be running on your own here. This is to introduce it to you, show you the tools that are needed. Use our Telegram, follow up, ask questions. If you raised your hand to be put together with groups, check your email because you've probably recently been assigned to a team, a working group. So you can ask questions amongst your peers. And if none of y'all have the answers, then by all means, come into that Telegram and you can ask myself, Colin, Mateus, or Mel. We're all hanging out in there. We'll be able to get you sorted out. I appreciate the ambition. I see everyone's trying. I'm already seeing in Telegram, a couple of people have already been pulling their wallet balances using these templates. So well done to those who are able to keep up with this tempo. And for everyone else, make sure that you follow up with us if you have any specific challenges, blockers, or questions. We'll get you sorted out. I've dropped a link for Agent Camp's next session, which is going to be this coming Monday. And this is going to be again with Mel, as he'll be diving into Eliza OS. And that link right there is to our Luma. So we hope to see you guys Monday. Thanks for spending this Friday with us. Enjoy the weekend, letting all this percolate into your brain. There's a lot of weight here to have, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us today.